What's up, guys? It's your boy EWLE, aka Corrupt Tough, back out here with another video. And today we're going to do an ausar Thompson build. I wanted to do this build a long time ago. Um, the reason why I didn't, I don't really have a reason to be honest with you, but I created this build not too long ago, and I've been really just been looking at the stats and trying to perfect them as much as possible. Um, but yeah, right now this is This is what I'm going for, 203. Um, or no, I went up actually on the strength, yeah. And then I went to find something like this. I don't know the exact weight I put, um, but driving layup is a 85. Doing this, I would get 87, but 85 is a little sweet spot. I want to get 87 to get fearless, but really don't need it. This is more like a OTE. Ausar Thompson. Speaking of that, I'm in Thompson coming soon. You know, I just gotta make some adjustments on that build because that build's a little different. I went 6'8" on this build. I know he's 6'7" in real life, but I went 6'8" on this build just because it's a lockdown build. I want to have as much height as possible. Um, I don't think he is nowhere near this good at dunking now, but I think he could be. But his standing dunk is outrageous this year. How good it is. Um, there is a way you could tweak this build too to kind of make it better at shooting, but he was he's not that good at shooting this year, and he wasn't in previous years. Because I wanted to get up to a 79 three-point shot to get all these just good badges in tier 1 and that tier 2 gold corner specialist, but I get to 76 for now with a 75 mid-range, which is pretty nice for a mid-range shot this year. Not gonna lie, I could probably I could hit something with that. I've hit stuff with it at a 50, so I know with that 75 and the added mid-range mini magician, I'll be cooking up. I went with the 75 pass accuracy. Ball handle I put to an 80, and then ball handle I put to an 80. Should have put it to an 81, but put it to an 80. 75 on the speed with ball. Interior defense, this is the lockdown part. So interior defense goes up to an 80. I did this to get post lockdown on silver, and really just because this is where I've seen the most benefit from it. I've used a 60 this year on a point guard build, and I'm not sure if it was because of a point guard build, but still, even then, it was very low, like contest. Contest would be like at a 9, and the layup meter would still be green. It would be super green, big green window. And I noticed that with the 70, it gets a lot smaller, and 70 and up, it still gets smaller. So if you get a little bit of a contest on the shot, along with any type of defensive takeover, it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. Now, the original build, I went with a 70 perimeter, but then I went back and tweaked some more, and I realized that 80 is what I want to get that gold menace tier 1. I think menace is one of the best badges. That in clamps is one of the best badges this year. I kind of want to get to a 80, 87, but I doubt you can make the attribute space for it. But anyways, steel, I went to a 71 on the steel. Um, I don't have any reason in particular why I went with the 71, but I wanted to get up to a 78. 78 just, it's possible, but for a tier 3 badge to only get it on silver, I don't really want it. I got my steel to a 64, um, and I've been able to steal the ball very, very consistently, in my opinion, just off crossovers and stuff. You just gotta know when to reach. Sometimes it doesn't even matter about your steal rating. You can know when to reach, and you'll get a good reach um, animation, and most likely you will be getting the ball or making them put them on the ground. So For our block, Sar Thompson has really showed something special with his blocking ability. I could go with a 79 to get chase down artists on gold, but I want to go a little up and over that, so I went with that 82. I should have went with the 81, but 82, and then I could have got an 87, but 82 is where I'm putting that for now. And like I said, I'll make some adjustments to this build. Um, I went with the 75 offensive rebound, the 70 defensive rebound. For the speed, went with a 81. Acceleration, I went with a 76. 75 as much as it can go. Strength, I went with a 80. Vertical, stayed at a 70. I went with a 99 stamina. This is the build. I copied it down exactly. Oh, 73 on. He was going past 73. Trying to think, did I make some sort of mistake here? 72 and 73. Yeah. So this the build. This the final build that I made. Uh, do I wish I made a different type of build? Yes and no. Um, I'm gonna show you something real quick. I did not mean to do that. Just do this. This is the takeovers I went with. I went with paint intimidation or interior badge drop, and then I also went with extreme clamps. Now I'm gonna go with the extreme clamps, and I did at one point have a sharpshooting takeover on my other build. I copied the stats down exactly, but I guess I might just be tripping. I don't even know. But yeah, um, I went with extreme clamps and finishing moves, but I did also have a shooting takeover, sharpshooting take. But knowing what I know now for the standing dunk and stuff like that, this is kind of how I make my build now. I would take this down, and I would take this down to a 81. I take this down. 45 or 58 is all you need. I went to a 60 just because I wanted to even it out. With 58, you get Draymond dunk package. The reason why I went 90 on this is just because I feel like 90 is a sweet spot. You get all the good. You get every single part dunk animation, and you get you get the two contact dunk animations that you really need, that are most consistent. And I'm not gonna go to a 96 for that. But you can go 58 for the Draymond dunk package, or you can stay at a 45 and you get all the basic regular dunk packages you already get. Now, the only difference is there's really, well, keep it a buck 50, there's not really much of a difference. You get one more extra badge point, and if you want to, you could leave that at a 55 and get the same amount of badge points. But you can go up on that with the 77, and then you'll lose a badge point, but in my opinion, it might be worth it to just do this because you don't lose any mid-range badges. 73 mid-range is still high for a mid-range shot. I'm not gonna say high. You could hit shots consistently, and then also for this, I would take this down, and then you can also get a 74 mid-range. Um, this would be the way I would make my build now that I'm looking back at it, and yet now you get the shooting take. Maybe mine was just glitched or something, but now you get shooting take. If I was you, I would. If I was you, you could pick between either build. I mean, it's a defensive lockdown build, and with this, you're really not losing any defense. You lose -1 to the block and -5 to the offensive rebound, but you still got rebound chaser on bronze for a tier 2, and 5 points is really not going to make that big of a difference. You're already 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. You're I made my first match on. I scored 18 and 10 rebounds against a big. He had 8 rebounds, 21 points. I lost the game, but it was a still good showing for me. Um, Also, if you have this uh standing dunk, like while you're got your standing dunk maxed out, and maybe you're like going against a smaller guard or somebody that's really not playing that better yet that good of a defense. I would go with rise up as a badge choice. Just saying. I'm gonna show you all the badges that I use. But yeah, this is how looking back I would make the build to make it 3 point higher. Mid range is it's one less, but at the same time your standing dunk doesn't need to be that high, and I think that this build would be better all around build. And then the reason why I did that is because also I wanted shooting takeover, plus the 10 attributes to get my shooting to an 89 overall plus my badges. It's going to be it's going to be a good build using these two takeovers. Um, like I said, this build's a little bit different than how I made mine, so I don't really know the shades of. Wow, I've never got shades of Scottie Pippen. Inside out threat. My build was called a defensive uh defensive threat or something like that, I believe. So go test the build. I'm gonna show y'all. My build's at a 75, right, or 77. Um, my dunk is at an 87. Uh, layups at a 70. 3 points kind of right where it's at. Everything's about the same except for like my playmaking. My playmaking is not upgraded at all, but perimeter defense and interior almost maxed out. Um, but this is why I go for my uh, badges for finishing. Like I said, rise up. It increases the likelihood of dunking or post rising opponent when standing in the painted area. My original build, that's probably the reason why it's give me a different name as well. I went with a shooting guard, right? But you can go shooting guard, small forward. Hell, you can even go power forward. But Ausar Thompson plays small forward and power forward, so I thought it would be better put him at small. Um, but you can put him at whatever you want. You can put bully. I see no point in it. Most of the time, you're gonna get a dunk animation if you try to go to paint, unless you have bully on. And even if you don't, you have a 85 driving layup along with pro touch. And fast twitch is also a badge that I like to put on this build just because. And what else was it? Giant Slayer, because we're playing the three. I know there's some 6'10" and 6'11" that can play power forward and center that we might have to, you know, do something with. So this is just what I do, and this is completely your choice though on how you want to do this. You could go fearless. I wouldn't. You could go limitless. I'm going to go limitless, and I'm going to go post riser. Slithery is a good badge. I love the badge. We just don't have enough attributes to put Slithery on. We already have that good dunk rating, and I think that limitless and post riser would be a better badge combo. It's already, in my opinion, it's one of the best badge combos in game. But yeah, in my opinion, that's how I would do that. And then the rest of my badges, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd probably put it on bully just because there's nothing else to put it on. If there is a any type of person that you want to push out the way, it's a fun badge to have. A keyword being fun. I'm not saying it's the best badge. It's just a fun badge to have. Um, these two badges are a must. These two, and then put this on silver and put this. This is the best badge combo right here. Clutch shooter, volume shooter, green machine, and corner specialist, right? Because you have a little bit of a lower three, so that's why you want to take corner shots. Corner specialist on gold is going to boost that up so much um, for that, and usually gold is where you see the biggest, um, what's the word? The biggest difference with your shot. Green machine, so you can consecutively make jump shots, and let's say you're having an off day, you got volume shooter on silver, and clutch shooter does apply to your free throws as well, and rec. So that's why, in my opinion, these four badges are the best combination. Um, and then I of course went with this. And if you want to go volume shooter or clutch shooter up one, you can. I would rather go. I'd rather go volume shooter up one because it gives you boosts to shots for additional attributes. I think this might be one of the most slept on badges in game because it's usually a tier one for most players. It all depends on your position, but it's usually a tier one at the most tier two. Um, it it's barely costs anything for it to be such a badge that you could use in a wreck or you know park if you're maybe getting carried by your teammate and you're taking some awful shots, but some of them might go in when you're using that badge. Um, this is what I went with. I would go with ankle breaker on gold. I'm not doing it right now. I had a little bit more playmaking badges. I think I had 19, maybe 20 on my other build that I made. The badge count on this build and the badge count on the other build is a little similar and different. Finishing, I have 19. No, finishing, I have 22. Shooting, I have 17, just like this. Or no, believe I have 18. I have 18, yeah. And then playmaking, I have 20, and defensive rebound, I got 23. So it's a little different than what you're seeing here. But hyperdrive is a badge that I always love to use. I would go with needle threader on this build. I love this badge, but the thing is, for it to be a tier 3, I really don't want it to be a tier 3. So I'll go hyperdrive. Quick first step is a must. Um, Ankle breaker is something that I will use. And I will say this, right? I have, like I said, I have a Min Thompson build that's in the works, and I'm trying to get that build. I'm trying to get somebody to play with me on that build so I can go around and, you know, throw up lobs and stuff like that. Handles for days, and if you want to go killer combos, you can. At this point, I think I might go needle threader, core it, boom, something like this, right? And then this is what I would do for playmaking, and then for defense, first thing I'm doing, chase down artist and rebound chaser, challenger as well, and then where's that badge I love? Menace. Menace is something in my opinion, you need to have on your build. This is how I'd put my finishing. Now, there's two ways you can go with this. You can go with this, or oh shit. Well, it's too late now. Um, I'm not doing the rest of my badges. You can do like this, with menace right here, and clamps, and then anchor. You can go with workhorse, or you can go with brick wall. I like to go with brick wall. Workhorse is a good badge. You already got rebound chaser and pretty high speed. You get to put what you want, but brick wall is going to help you in the post a lot. And yeah, in my opinion, this is one of the, if not the best lockdown build in the game. You get everything. Only thing I will say, you might want a better steal to be a lockdown and maybe a better perimeter. But other than that, you have chase down artists on gold. You have rebound chaser. You have everything you need to be a good defensive player. Not just a lockdown, but you could play the 5 even if you wanted to on this build. It's a 6-8, but you could play the 5 if you feel like it. And if they put you in that position, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be doing that bad. You know what I'm saying with this. But this is my ausar Thompson build. I'm gonna come out with a Min Thompson build later on, probably today. Hope y'all like it, and I'm out. Peace.